This is the fly stitch. We're going to start by making a single stitch on the line. Then to begin the fly stitch, we're going to come up just to the right. Do you see it's about a half a stitch length? Okay. And then we're going to go to the other side of the hole, a half a stitch length. And we're going to put our needle down. We're not going to pull this floss all the way through. Okay. Go to about here. Then we're going to come up and share the hole of that little anchor stitch that we made. Not quite the sharing. There we go. And then we're going to bring our needle through this little loop that we made. Okay. And then pull. Do you see how it's made a little Y shape? And then we're going to go one stitch length forward and put our needle in. And that will anchor this fly stitch. So technically the fly stitch is this and this with this piece here. This is really just more of an anchor or a start piece. Now, fly stitches are great. Chains of them like this make really cute vines, but also they're great as a single fly stitch to create like little buds. And then a lot of times you'll see putting a different color in a circle. All right, let's make our next fly stitch. So we're going to come here and we're going to work. Imagine a line that this hole is the center of, okay? So we're going to come up half a stitch length to the right of the hole, and we're going to go down a half a stitch length to the left. And then we're going to pull it to about there. Then we're going to come up through the stitch before, and we're going to take our needle and tuck it. Okay, so let's see, we're going to just grab that loop. All right, and then I'm giving this a little bit of pressure, okay, because I want to hold this stitch taut. So we're going to go one stitch length forward and down. Okay. And now that same concept, we want to go a little bit to the right of the hole, a little bit to the left of the hole. Hold your loop. Come up at the end of the previous stitch and then go under, grab that, and then pull it. And then anchor it with another stitch. Okay. A little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Hold our loop. Come up in the last stitch and then grab this and bring your floss through. Keeping that taut, go one more stitch length, come down. Now, since we're working on a curve, you want to imagine this straight line, that it also moves like a clock rather than like this. Okay, so that little imaginary line, just a little to the right, a little to the left. Come up through the hole. And you can go ahead at this point and grab that loop and pull. All right, I will meet you at the other side. I want to show you what to do if you need to tie off your floss before the end. So as much as I would love to make it to the end, this is not going to be enough. So I'm going to push this stitch to the right, and then I'm going to come up, grab my loop, pull it down, and then I'm going to make my one next stitch. And then from here, I would tie this off. Okay, so I've got a new string of floss. So we're going to aim to come up right to the right of this hole. Okay. And then we're going to go down over here and then come back up. Oop, we really want to share that hole. There we go. And grab our loop and come down. Okay. Hold that loop. Make sure it's there. Grab it and pull. And then we want to go. And I'm looking at this, and this is a good 2 stitch. So I'm going to like half that and go here. And then I'm going to go over to the right. Bring this up. Oop. There we go. And we're going to come under our loop. And then I'm going to take this all the way to the end. At this point, it's up to you whether you want to stop here. I would put one more little fly here just because I like the way it looks. And the difference being, we're going to come up right here at the end of this stitch, go through our loop, we're going to pull, but instead of going down, I'm just going to go right back in. So you're going to have, you got to make sure you've got your floss coming up, then your fly, and then this is going to be looping the fly so that it tacks it down. Okay. There you go. And now you're ready to tie it off on the back.